So I'm sitting here with Hans Hake and Maria Berends. We are at the Wuppertal Institute for Climate, Energy and the Environment. And so we'll discuss a very interesting set of real labos, what they call here. It's partnerships between research institutions and areas in a city or neighborhoods and to work together on transition.
It was the first project of Transcend, of this center.
Okay.
And the center was just founded.
Didn't fully follow the ideals of a transdisciplinary project because you don't have the money before you can actually start the process.
Absolutely.
But there were quite significant talks with at least 3 or 4 of the partners that we later used in the process. It was one of the kind of social labs here where really basically ordinary citizens they took over this old railway station and turned it into this lab for everything.
My name is Matthias Wanne, and this is Utopiastadt. Utopiastadt is an abandoned building, or it used to be an abandoned railway station.
Okay.
And nowadays it is used as one of the main creative, integrative city development hubs in Wuppertal and beyond. So what you can see here is a lot of people meeting here, having workshops here, doing repair cafes, urban gardening, hacker spaces, cultural activities.
We had the idea of using the OECD Better Life Index.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So there we was going into the process with a normative idea.
Yes, from the very beginning.
Tracing, impacts from these small projects to the well-being of the entire city, which was the thing we wanted to look at, is of course inherently very difficult.
Yes.
But it's definitely something we looked at, something we discussed. Like there were workshops with the different labs on what are you aiming at, what of these OECD dimensions in a form that we adapted to Wuppertal a little bit. Where's your influence? What are you aiming at? We tried to get some relationship there between this bigger social ecological transition that we call the well-being transition and these projects. So the idea was not just to look at these projects in and of themselves, but to say, okay, how can they drive societal change? But to some extent, we had both in the sense that we had the one with the empty apartments. Really, nothing much would have happened there without our project. So in a sense, it was initiated and driven by our project, whereas some of the other things definitely would have happened as well, but I think they would have happened in a different quality. And that's, like you said, with the facilitation or bringing certain techniques, certain methodologies. Yes, we conducted interviews. Yes, we conducted a survey overall of Wuppertal on these dimensions of the Better Life Index and how to refine it. But really, in those 3 main real-world labs where it got more concrete, where people were looking at food systems in Achenberg in one area of Wuppertal, or were people looking at empty apartments and how to fill them. All 3 of the people doing these real-world labs, I think the main responsibility became part of the real-world lab, really. And they were pitching in, they were organizing, they were, if there was a stand at an exhibition, they'd be there with the citizens.
Our real-world laboratories, it's our Reallabore. Yes. So the people from there also help us to gather data, to involve people, to write concepts and so on. Still, Utopiastadt has to do the real thing here.
Yes, the real social innovation, the real transition.
Exactly. But the research really helps to broaden the view, and to explain a lot better in sometimes academic, but sometimes also very practitioner-like words, what we really do here.
I think to some extent we changed the way these the laboratories see themselves, because before some of them might have just seen them, well, we're just doing something useful here, we're doing food sharing, there's leftover food, we're giving it out to people that need it, fine, done. Mm-hmm. And now, of course, they see themselves, the ones that we interacted with, as change agents. We're part of the transformation. We're even the driving force of this transformation. We're doing something much bigger here than just our nice little project.